So basically in this part, I'm going to explain a little bit about two companies' profile, which is Ayonco and Berhad and Timbul Berhad, and we will be starting with Ayonco and Berhad first. The incorporation of Ayonco and Berhad took place on September 15, 1984. In order to assist the Malaysia retail industry in its modernization, Aeon Japan was invited to establish Aeon in Malaysia in conjunction of Malaysian government's request. The organization has developed toward market-leading company in the general merchandise store, which is GMS, and hypermarket sectors. Consumers' ever-changing wants and wish are reflected in Aeon's continual interior refurbishment of stores, which allow the company to project an image that is sensitive to their requirements and aspirations. Furthermore, the company's remarkable financial performance may be attributed to management's keen awareness of specific market demands and the formulation of an ideal product mix. Apart from the company's primary GMS business as well as food and convenience store operations, Aeon also engaged in specialized retail stores, shopping center building and operations, and the business regarding the provision of the credit card services. The Aeon Group of companies has been a Japanese retailer that operates in Japan, Southeast Asia, and also China. It is a vertically integrated company, and customers' happiness is the company's first concern, and they do this by combining significance with remarkable personal services that enhance the shopping experience and ensure that their customers satisfied after each purchase. And now I'm going to briefly explain about the next company's profile, which is Timbul Berhad. On 13 May 1996, Timbul Berhad was established in Malaysia as a public company under the Companies Act 1965, which was thereafter claimed to be licensed under the Companies Act 2016 as amended. Timbul Berhad have been granted as Qualified Practitioner of the Sustainable Forest Management License Agreement SFMLA number 06/97 by the State Government of Sabah. It does cover an area of natural forest around tens of thousands hectares in Forest District of Kota Marudu, Lingkabau Forest Reserve, Sabah. The agreement grants the company permission to cultivate, restore, and harvest timber logs inside the strict licensing area over the period of 100 years. April 12, 2018, the firm and the Chief Minister of the State of Sabah reached an agreement on a supplemental agreement revising the SFMLA. Rezoning the adjustments include the creation of a new license area, which is a rezone area, and the excise area. An increase of the industrial tree plantation area according to the new license area might boost the firm's long-term chances of success by allowing the company to grow its manufacturing capacity as well as its plantation area. The group is separated into 4 different business units, which is Forestry Division for the timber harvesting and forest regeneration activities, and the next one is Plantation Division, which is the plantation activity currently undertaken by the group. It is the cultivation of industrial trees of approved species to sustain long-term commercial of value for the forest, and the indigenous industrial tree plantation species have also been cultivated there. Their next business unit is Trading Division, which is the activities include timber marketing and trading, and the last division is Property Division, which involves in management and investment, and also it holds the group's property.
The first analysis is liquidity ratio. Liquidity ratio is a type of financial ratio used to determine a company's ability to pay its short-term debt obligation. Current ratio is a liquidity ratio that measures a company's ability to pay short-term obligation or those due within 1 year. Based on the table of calculation, Aeon has 35 cents while Timberwheel has 30 cents of current asset for every 1 ringgit current liability to pay short-term debt in less than a year. Current ratio of Aeon is more than Timbul Berhad, so Aeon have more ability to pay the short-term debt of the company compared to Timbul Berhad. But a ratio of 1 or less show that the bank may have difficulty to repay its loan and other liability. Next, quick ratio is liquidity ratio to measure a company's capacity to pay its current liability without needing to sell its inventory or obtain additional financing. Based on the table, we know that Aeon has only 8 cents of current asset for every 1 ringgit current liability, while Timberwell Berhad has 30 cents current asset for every 1 ringgit current liability to pay off debt directly. Based on the calculation, Timberwell Berhad has higher quick ratio than Aeon. Both companies have quick ratio below than 1. That means both company has no liquid asset to cover its current liability and should be resolved. For Aeon, the quick ratio is lower than current ratio, and it shows that the current assets are primarily reliant on inventory. As a result, we know that Timberwell Berhad has better liquidity than Aeon.
Now we are focusing on activity ratio. Activity ratio is a financial measure that shows how well a company uses its balance sheet assets to create revenue and cash. Activity ratio is most useful to compare two competing businesses within the same industry to determine their performance in the business. We decided to analyze EONCO.Berhad and Timberwell Berhad. There are 3 types of ratio we use, which is inventory turnover, total assets turnover, and account receivable turnover. First, inventory turnover. Inventory turnover is a financial ratio that indicates how many times a company's inventory has been sold and replaced in accounting period. The higher the inventory turnover ratio is, the better it is for the business. For Aeon, inventory turnover figure of 4 means that on average, the inventory has been replaced 4 times in a year. For Timberwell Berhad, inventory turnover figure of 8 means that on average, the inventory has been replaced 8 times in a year. In result, Timberwell Berhad has better inventory turnover ratio than EONCO Berhad, with 8 times more than EONCO Berhad, which is only 4 times. Next, total assets turnover. The assets turnover ratio compares the value of a company's assets to its sales or revenues. The higher the total assets turnover ratio, the more efficient is the firm. For Aeon, total assets turnover ratio of 0.6415 indicates that for every ringgit invested in total assets, Aeon is able to generate 0.6415 ringgit of sales. For Timberwell, total assets turnover ratio of 0.2558 indicates that for every ringgit invested in total assets, Timberwell is able to generate 0.2558 ringgit of sales. In conclusion, EONCO Berhad is more efficient than Timberwell Berhad because the total assets turnover ratio of EONCO Berhad is 0.6415 more than Timberwell Berhad with only 0.2558. The last one is account receivable turnover. The receivables turnover ratio is an accounting ratio that determines how well a company collects its account receivable or money owed by customers or clients. A high accounts receivable turnover ratio is one that is efficient in collecting payments due. For Aeon, 54 indicates that EONCO Berhad collected its average accounts receivable approximately 54 times over the fiscal year. For Timberwell Berhad, 3 indicates that Timberwell Berhad collected its average accounts receivable approximately 3 times over the fiscal year. For the conclusion, EONCO Berhad is more efficient than Timberwell Berhad because the ratio of account receivable turnover for EONCO Berhad is 54 times more than Timberwell Berhad with only 3 times.
Profitability ratios are a class of financial metrics that are used to evaluate a company's ability to generate earnings in relation to its revenue, operating costs, balance sheet assets, or shareholders' equity. These ratios are quite useful when evaluating a business in comparison to its competitors. First ratio is profit margin on sales. Profit margin on sales may be defined as the percentage of profit left over from sales after all expenditure have been deducted. The formula is net income divided by net sales. According to the ratio, Aeon Company net income for the period equals 1.02% of their sales. In other words, for every 1 ringgit of net sales, the net income earned is Rm 0.0102. Next, according to the ratio, Timberwell Berhad's net loss for the period equals 1.32% of their sales. In other words, for every 1 ringgit of net sales, the company lost Rm 0.0132. So, profit margin on sales of Aeon Company is more than Timberwell Berhad. So, we can see that Aeon Company managed operational expense more efficiently compared to Timberwell Berhad. Next ratio is return on assets. Return on assets may be defined as the efficiency of corporation utilize its assets to generate profit. The formula is net income divided by average total assets. According to the ratio, for every 1 ringgit in assets during 2020, Aeon Company earned 0.66% profit. Next, according to the ratio, for every 1 ringgit in assets during 2020, Timberwell Berhad lost 0.08 profit. Return on assets of Aeon Company is more than Timberwell Berhad. So we can say that Aeon Company made more profit per ringgit Malaysia of assets than Timberwell Berhad in year 2020.
Next, we go to leverage ratio. Leverage ratio are used to determine the relative level of debt load that a business has incurred. This ratio compares the total debt obligation to either the asset or equity of a business. Debt to asset ratio is a leverage ratio that measures the amount of total asset that are financed by creditor instead of investor. Based on the calculation, Aeon has 73 cents in debt for every 1 ringgit asset, while Timberwell Berhad has 38 cents or 38% for every 1 ringgit of asset. It demonstrates that Timberwell Berhad and Aeon has more asset than loans. Based on the ratio, Aeon has higher ratio than Timberwell Berhad. Both companies have less than 1.0 debt to asset ratio. The lower the debt to asset ratio, the healthier the business. The debt to equity ratio is leverage ratio that calculates the value of total debt and financial liabilities against the total shareholders' equity. In every 1 ringgit of owner equity, Aeon used 2 ringgit 65 cents of total debt, while in every 1 ringgit of owner equity, Timberwell Berhad used 60 cents of total debt. Based on the analysis, Timberwell Berhad has less than 1.0 ratio, while Aeon has more than 2.0. Generally, a ratio that less than 1.0 is considered a healthy debt to equity ratio. A risky ratio is one with a value of 2 and a
After analyzing both companies' financial statements, we have concluded that in terms of liquidity ratios, Timberwell Berhad is better than Aeon because Timberwell Berhad have a greater capacity to meet their debt commitments. In terms of activity ratios, Aeon is more efficient than Timberwell Berhad in terms of total assets turnover and account receivable turnover. But in terms of inventory turnover, Timberwell Berhad is better than Aeon. Next, in terms of profitability ratios, Aeon is better than Timberwell Berhad because Aeon efficiently generate more profit and manage operational expense well. Lastly, in terms of leverage ratios, Timberwell Berhad is better than Aeon because Timberwell Berhad shows low debt to assets ratio and debt to equity ratio, which means they can meet its financial obligation and repaying their debt. In a nutshell, we can say that Aeon are better than Timberwell Berhad in terms of financial performance and business value, and in terms of debt, Timberwell Berhad is better than Aeon.